What's up, millennials? Chiliz went up 44% yesterday, and we are still in our swing trade, which we started back at 51 cents. If you haven't watched the previous video about Chiliz just yet, please check it out first, because it's going to help you understand why I started the swing trade based on technical analysis. In this video, I'm going to give you an update about our swing trade, and I'm also going to explain to you why I messed up a little bit, and also why I lost out on quite a lot of gains. So let's do it! So in the last video I explained to you why I got into my swing trade at 51 cents. I also explained why I was targeting a move to 68 cents. And if we go all the way to the 1 hour chart, which is of course a very low time frame, we did see that we had some resistance going on at 68 cents. We had a short-term pullback for like one day more or less, or even a little bit less, half a day more or less. And then we actually got that massive pump to the upside. Now, this was a little bit shameful for me because I completely messed up my orders on Binance. It was my first time on Binance using the take profit limit orders, and apparently I didn't do it correctly, so my execution or my orders didn't get executed at 68 cents. So unfortunately, I had to take some profits at 63 cents instead. What I did was take off about 1/3 of my position, so currently I still have 2/3 of my entire position. Problem was that I kind of messed up again afterwards. I forgot to take in put in a new take profit order, and I also didn't really expect Chiliz to move this fast. It had a massive 44% day, I believe. If we go to the daily chart, we can see that, yeah, it was 44.27%. We even saw a daily candlestick close above the previous all-time high, actually. And also, I believe the 12-hour had a fresh new all-time high compared to this high over here. So that's pretty insane. My question to myself was actually, why did we top out here? I was looking at this a little bit, and it might have to do with the resistance level of 87, 88 cents more or less. If you look at the 4-hour chart, we saw that we topped out over here, and it could be the case that we kind of were front-running that move, we're front-running that resistance over here. That could be the case. I was also messing around a little bit with the Fibonacci retracement. I was putting a Fibonacci retracement from this high over here on the 4-hour chart to this low over here, and I did see that that lined up pretty well with, or beautifully actually, with where we ended up. So if we pull that all the way here, we can see that we got all the way up to the 0.786 Fibonacci level, which is definitely an important level to look at. So probably that is the main reason for which we actually stopped at this level and we didn't go up any further. We can also see, and by the way, I think the Fibonacci retracement tool is definitely a tool I need to use a little bit more often. I'm not really used to using this a lot, but I do think it's a very interesting and very useful tool to determine where your take profit levels are going to be. So anyways, because I was so stupid, I still have 2/3 of the position. I only took off about 1/3 of my position at 63 cents. So far, I lost out on quite a lot of gains because, of course, we did go up all the way to 83, 84 cents even. And yeah, personally, I'm kind of used to stock trading a little bit more, which are just open like 6.5 hours or a day from Monday to Friday, of course. Crypto is a 24/7 market, and we also have way more like higher moves, more massive moves compared to the stock market. I mean, a move of 44% in one day just doesn't really occur that often in the stock market. So this is something I'm going to have to get used to a little bit better, and I also need to work a little bit on my take profit skills on Binance. So what does the technical analysis look like right now? Well, if you check out the daily candlesticks, we can see that it's actually pretty good because we closed on that new all-time high compared to this high over here. We saw that that happened on pretty massive volume, so that's always a good signal. And if we go to the indicators, we can see that the RSI is trading above the EMA, so that seems pretty good. It now seems to be using that EMA a little bit as resistance, hopefully. And also if you go to the MACD, we saw a nice bullish cross to the upside. If you go down a time frame to the 12-hour chart, we also see a pretty good signals over here. Also here we close on new all-time highs compared to this high over here. And if you go into the chart a little bit more, we can see that we're still above the 8 exponential moving average. You can see that the RSI is still trading above the EMA, and it also has been using the EMA quite well as support, so that seems pretty solid. If we go to the stochastics, we seem in a pretty bullish posture still. The fast reacting stochastic still above that slow reacting stochastic, so that's pretty good. MACD, still a bullish cross, still MACD above the signal line, so that's pretty good. The only thing that worries me on the 12-hour chart is this like tweezer top candlestick we see in here. So pretty much a bearish candlestick and then a bullish candlestick, of course, first, and then a completely bearish candlestick right beside it. So that's a kind of negative signal, of course, but in general, the indicators do seem pretty solid still on the 12-hour chart. If we go down another time frame to the 4-hour, we can see that there are a little bit more bearish signals here. We, of course, closed below the 8 exponential moving average and also the 13 daily, 4-hour exponential moving average, of course. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but we are still trading above the 21 EMA, so that's pretty solid. If we go to the RSI, no, I don't want this, of course. I do want to go here. We can see that the RSI was actually trading or was actually firing a red signal because we got all the way above the 80 read, and everything above 80 usually gets a little bit oversold. So we did get above the 80 read. That's a little bit unfortunate, and we also have been seeing that the RSI is trading below the EMA now. If we zoom in out a little bit and we go to the MACD, we can also see that we currently have a cross of the 4-hour back down to the signal line. So that's a little bit, yeah, I would say on the 4-hour chart, we do see more bearish signals compared to the 12-hour and the daily chart. So 12-hour looks good, daily looks good, 4-hour looks a little bit more bearish to me, but it's still not horrible. I think we can see another push to the upside in the next coming days. It could definitely be the case that if we close the next 4-hour candlestick above this high, so if we close above, let's see, this opened at 61 cents more or less. I believe if we close above 61.1 cents more or less, then it can definitely mean we're going to see a nice push to the upside. But yeah, I feel way more neutral right now compared to my previous video about Chiliz. I do think it's going to depend a lot on where we're going to create our next high on the 4-hour chart. If we see a lower high on the next 4-hour chart, then we might see a little bit more consolidation happening in the next coming weeks. If we do manage to somehow get a higher high compared to this high on the 4-hour chart, then I think things can get even crazier for Chiliz right now. So my strategy currently is, well, as you know, I took profits on 1/3 of my position. I still have 2/3 of my position. I put in another take profit order in Binance. Hopefully this time it actually works for about half of my remaining position at 75 cents, which I'm going to use to front run basically this previous all-time high. So yeah, if that's executed, then I would have sold 2/3 of my original position. And also, if we're going to see a 4-hour candlestick closure below 57 cents, I'm very likely going to sell the rest of my position to get out of my entire position. And if you also want to be able to read charts like me with technical analysis, you can sign up at nesami.com/TA, because I'm going to be launching a program in 2 weeks' time for absolute beginners on technical analysis. In just a few hours' time, I'm going to show you the most powerful indicators I can get to you so that you are going to know more about technical analysis than 99% of the people. So this program is going to be launched in about 2 weeks' time. So what do you think about Chiliz right now? Do you think we're going to see a new all-time high for Chiliz in the next coming days or weeks? Let me know in the comments. And with that being said, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!